Two children can grow up in the same home, eat at the same table, go to the same school, be raised by the same parents. Yet years later, one child remembers feeling deeply loved, while the other spends a lifetime wondering, why did I always feel alone? How can two children grow up in the same family and carry completely different memories of love? The answer may change the way you understand childhood forever. Most people think a child feels unloved only when something terrible happens. Abuse, neglect, cruel words. But that's not always true. Sometimes the deepest wounds are almost invisible. A child excitedly runs to show a drawing, but nobody looks up. A child tries to tell a story, but everyone is too busy to listen. A child feels scared and is told, "Stop crying." These moments seem small. Many parents don't even remember them, but children do, because children are constantly asking one silent question: do I matter? And when that question goes unanswered often enough, something begins to change inside them. Not all at once. Quietly, slowly, almost without anyone noticing. The strange thing is that children rarely blame the situation. They don't think, "My parents are stressed," or "My mother is exhausted." They don't think, "My father is emotionally unavailable." Children don't have that kind of understanding. Instead, they reach a much simpler conclusion. A much more painful one. It must be me. Maybe I'm not important enough. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I'm just not lovable. And because this belief forms so early, it doesn't feel like a belief. It feels like the truth. So the child adapts. Some become quiet. Some become people pleasers. Some try to be perfect. Some stop asking for attention altogether. Not because they don't need love, but because they have learned not to expect it. But here is the part that surprises most people. Many children who grow up feeling unloved, are actually loved. Their parents worried about them, worked hard for them, sacrificed for them, thought about them every single day. The love was real. So what went wrong? The answer is simple. Love and feeling loved are not the same thing. A parent may express love through sacrifice. A child experiences love through connection. A parent may think, "I work hard because I love my child." But the child may only see a parent who is never there. A parent may provide everything a child needs, yet forget to provide the one thing the child understands most: presence, emotional connection. And so two painful truths can exist at the same time. The parent truly loved the child, and the child truly felt unloved.
The good news is that childhood does not have to be a life sentence. The patterns we learn as children can be understood. And what can be understood can begin to change. Many people spend years believing they are broken, too sensitive, too needy, too distant, too difficult to love. But often these are not flaws. They are adaptations, ways of protecting a heart that once felt unseen. The child who became quiet was trying to avoid rejection. The child who became perfect was trying to earn acceptance. The child who stopped asking for help was trying to avoid disappointment. These responses made sense. They helped the child survive. But survival is not the same as living. And healing often begins when we stop judging those parts of ourselves and start understanding them, not with blame, not with shame, but with compassion.
Perhaps the most important thing to remember is this. Children do not see themselves through their own eyes at first. They see themselves through the eyes of those who raise them. And when a child feels unseen for too long, they may spend years believing they are not enough. But that was never the truth. The child was never too emotional, never too needy, never too difficult to love. The child was simply trying to understand an emotional world that felt confusing. And maybe healing begins the moment we stop blaming ourselves for adapting. The moment we stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What happened to me?" Because understanding creates compassion. And compassion creates healing. The past cannot be changed, but its meaning can. And sometimes that is enough to begin a completely different future. After all, children do not need perfect love. They only need to feel loved. And perhaps the deepest childhood wounds are not caused by the absence of love, but by the absence of feeling loved.